Hi, hi. It's good to meet everyone here today. I am Chidozie Waigwe. I'm the student president, and today we have a very interesting session. We will be speaking to the library services and asking them key questions students would generally want to hear about, and we would be giving you all of that information here today. So with me here is Jennifer Abali, the Vice President of School of Health and Life Sciences. And I would allow the library personnel to introduce herself as well.
Thanks, Josie. My name's Heather Marshall, and I'm the Senior Librarian for Academic Liaison here at GCU.
Okay, thank you very much. So we'll just dive straight into it. So
Great.
generally, we
Ask
would
me
want
anything.
Um, so we are trying to encourage a better library culture in GCU. So we would want to signpost more students to the library. So would you mind telling us where in GCU the library is and some of the services you provide?
Yeah, of course. I think sometimes when people say the library, they think of just the building, but I think of it as kind of three main pillars. So we have the Sir Alex Ferguson Library, which is our main building, which is in the heart of the campus. Um, But we also have our two other pillars that I think of as the online collection is massive and vast, um, and is far bigger than the on the shelf collection.
Oh,
So
really?
people that, yeah, by many times. Um, so people that are doing research, who are looking for things to use for their literature searches or for their dissertations or honours project, most of the time they'll be working in an online way. So you've got the building itself and all the services that go with it. You've got the online library, which think of it like an iceberg where, 1/10 of it is on the shelf and 9/10 of it is online on
Right.
under the water. And then the third pillar, I think, is all the services and help that goes along, that all the library staff can provide. So we're really here to help and make sure that people have what they need and that they can use it effectively.
Oh, thank you very much, Heather. I think that really signposts everyone to where the library is. And that explains also that the library is not just the building, but also the online resources you could access.
Yeah.
Thank you. And now to a very burning question that I know lots of students would want to know about, and I know lots of students currently probably struggle with, is the question around referencing. So, how, as a student, how do I reference properly and where can I find guidance?
Yeah, so we've got many different styles of referencing in place in GCU, depending on the subject area. So, for Jennifer's school in the School of Health, they're widely using they widely use Harvard, but they may also use APA in psychology. They may use Vancouver. Um, for the in the School of Business and Society, it might be that they're a law student and they're using Oscola.
Yeah.
So there's multiple styles available across GCU. In the library, we have a resource that you can find on the homepage under, you just click on referencing it and it's there, called Cite Them Right.
Is that on the GCU website?
It is, it's on the library homepage, yeah, so
Okay.
you can find it. I'm happy to send links if you want to send them out afterwards. And
Okay.
that's got some great beginner tutorials, but it's also got examples in with all the styles that we use. So if you needed to know how to reference something that you weren't used to referencing, things that we get asked for is like how to reference a tweet or a podcast. People get very used to referencing books, journals, websites, and reports. But for everybody else, sometimes it tends to be the slightly odd thing, like
I
maybe a
agree.
contract or a law case. So Cite Them Right's got examples that you can follow for all the different types of referencing. And if the answer to isn't in Cite Them Right, then my staff can absolutely help with that. We love a challenging referencing question. That's
So students can come out to you for assistance if they find any difficult to reference.
yeah, always. So
That's
Cite
good.
Them Right is available 24 hours, obviously, because it's online. But through the day, if I had a referencing question and got stuck and was on campus, then I would come to the drop in. So Monday to Friday, we have a librarian available just to drop in, um, and that's on level one of the library. Um, or I would drop my team an email, and we would happily get back to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Hita. That was very well detailed. Feels like I'm in a
I
lecture
agree.
room here.
Oh, sorry,
Um,
it's meant to be a chat, not a lecture.
no, no, no. It's fine. I love the way you explain everything in details. Yeah. Okay, we'll go over to the next one, which is how do we find books in the library?
Yeah, so there's two main ways. You will have a resource list that your lecturer compiles, and that's available through the link on GCU Learn in the module, or you can also search for that in the library. So that's kind of the assigned reading. But then obviously when you start doing your coursework and you're moving on to more independent work, you'll be expected to find it yourself. And the absolute best way to find books and ebooks is to do a discover search. So library homepage, you can pop in your search terms, um, and then on the right hand side there's an option where you can just click on books and it will only show you books.
Oh,
Bear
Good.
in mind that the collection is very much a mix between hard copy and online. You can reserve things, and if we don't have something, you can suggest it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's good. Good to know.
yeah.
Okay.
It's really interesting. Yeah. Okay, we'll move over to the next one, and it's how to book sections with the library team.
yeah. So we try and be as accessible as possible. Um, if you had a quick question that was around using the library building or finding, you couldn't find a book on the shelf, for example, then the library desk or the online chat would be the best place to go to for that first instance. For the academic librarians, who tend to be subject specialists, um, you've got different kind of levels depending on how much time you need with them. So the first instance would be the drop-in that I mentioned. So Monday to Friday, 11:30 till 2:30, you can just come along and ask a quick question, up to kind of 15 minutes. But if you needed a more in-depth sit down, you were doing your dissertation or your honours project, um, then there's a link you can follow on the library website under appointments, and you will be allocated to the person who understands your subject the most. And we'll sit down with you, talk about your keywords, talk about where you should be searching, which resources might be the best for you. Um, and then we can help with things like using RefWorks for referencing or managing your resources, saving searches, the process of searching, as well as how to get really good results. So click on appointments, workshops, and tours on the library website, and you'll get taken straight through to an online form. And you tell us like when you've got gaps in classes and whether you'd like an online appointment or an in-person appointment, because my team can work fully
Both
online
ways.
or fully in person depending on what suits.
Oh, that's good. I think you're more or less letting everyone know that everything you need can actually be
Yeah.
found on the website, and they
Yeah,
can contact you through the website as well.
yeah, absolutely, it's our first port of call for lots and lots of things.
Okay.
Yeah,
And last but not the least, um, so say I'm a new student at GCU, or I
yeah.
happen to be a returning student, but I'm not an ardent user of the library. What advice would you give to me about the optimal usage of the library resources? How do I use the library to the best way possible for the best advantage in my academics?
I think in terms of using the library building, I think it's just to be confident to know that we've got lots of space and lots of places for people to study, and you can choose how you want to study. We've got the great new study pods that are in this year, so you can
Yeah, I
book
saw them.
those. Yeah, they're really popular. Um, if you prefer to work in a silent way, you could be on 3 and 4, but if you're working in a group or you just want to be social, then you can be on 0, 1 or 2. In terms of, so that's kind of using the building, um, and remembering that the staff are here to help. So you've got library staff at the desk all the time. You've got the drop in. We're really hopefully accessible, and people should not feel that they're bothering us. It's literally my job to make sure that people can use the library and that they're happy with what they get. So I'm really pleased to see people coming in and asking us questions. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, feel free.
Yeah. Did you know that we have a subject guide for everything that's taught here at GCU?
Y-
So, depending on what people are studying,
Mhm.
we have like a library homepage for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, my top tip would be that after this session, people should have a look on the library subject
Yeah.
guide, and they will see just under on the library webpage, sorry, just under the search bar for Discover, there is a link for subject
Yeah.
guides, and then further down there's a box for subject guides as well. And that's going to take you through all of these things that I've mentioned today. So it's got how to get help, new to GCU, and what are your key resources, planning a search, information
Yeah.
sources. And we've even got a nice new interactive like little module that you can do that's linked on there when you're preparing for your first assignment and you just need to know what you should know. So we've got
perfect.
lots of help on there. So if you click on your subject guide link, then find your subject, that's going to take you into your kind of what we think of as your library homepage, your subject guide.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Heather. I think if I was someone in GCU who never knew about the library, after watching this session, I definitely know how to navigate the library better.
Well, good, because come talk to me because I will always talk to people about the library.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's what we're trying to promote with question time. Thank you so much,
Thank
Heather.
you.
It's been definitely nice having you, and we'll
Thank
be
you.
happy to have you again on question time.
Oh,
And
I'll come anytime. Let me know if people have more questions or want to send questions in for me. Happy
okay,
to take them.
yeah. And thank you so much, students, for watching. Hope to see you again next time when we are with someone else across the university. From us to you now, it's bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah,
Bye. Thank you.
bye. Yeah.